Hey, creative friends, good morning. Today is the morning of the 5th day of our trip cross country from Connecticut to Oregon. And we're on our way to the Golden Spike Tower, which is like the world's largest train yard. Super cool. It starts, I think it opens at 9. Getting fuel right now. But I have to tell you, we stayed at the Hospitality Inn in North Platte, Nebraska. And they have Hospitality Inn at live.com if you're interested in, if you're traveling through here and you need a place to stay. I highly recommend it. I mean, they are probably the cleanest hotel we've stayed in on this entire trip, going and coming back. And the hospitality, every single person that we talked to was amazing. This morning at breakfast, we had a great conversation with a gentleman who talked about how important it is to them that they make sure that they have a designated rooms for pets, because we have Snickerdoodle, so that they make sure that anyone that would come with allergies or something never is exposed to a room where there might have been a pet. Like, super conscientious, really nice breakfast, like buffet thing. They had a waffle maker, they had hard-boiled eggs, they had yogurt, they had fresh fruit, toast and bagels, things like that. But I just want to say, if you're watching, thank you, Hospitality Inn. But even if you're just coming through here and you need a place to stay, I recommend it. Cheaper than all the other places and awesome. So now we're on our way to the Golden Spike Tower train yard. I'm going to do a side video on that, and then we'll hit the road. We're going to try this again. Mr. Clever over here thought he was going to be funny. Anyway, so we just left North Platte, Nebraska. Cute town. I like that town. It was a very nice town. I liked it. But we went to the Golden Spike Tower, which was amazing. I did a side video. It says day 5 side trip, Golden Spike Tower. Oh, yeah. A lot of hawks. It's really cool. Anyway, we are now headed to Laramie, Wyoming, because there is the Lincoln Memorial Monument, I think is what they call it, in Laramie, Wyoming. That'll be our next stop. And then we don't specifically have anything between there and Oregon, but there might be something. I don't know. Anyway, here we are. That's the view. That's kind of a common view for the last 2 days. I have like this head cold thing, which has been driving me crazy, but it's cool. It'll go away. Anyway, there's where we're headed, and I will do some videos as things come up that I think are something I want to share. So I will be back with you here shortly. Okay, you guys, here we are, just driving along, and the scenery hasn't changed, but I think it's still fabulous. But anyway, I saw the sign that says to Sidney, Nebraska, and here's a little story, a little family story. So my uncle and aunt lived in Sidney, Nebraska. Like my dad's whole family, they're all from out here. He was born in Haxton, Colorado, right by, and Sidney is where my uncle and my aunt moved. Anyway, my uncle was friends with Dick Cabela, like for years before, for a long time, before Cabela's was ever a thing. And my uncle owned he did flooring in like commercial businesses and houses and whatever. And so he was a friend with Dick Cabela, and he actually helped him when he first started by buying the lures and trying to sell them and then making them and developing the catalog and all that stuff. My uncle was his buddy, and my uncle, the very first Cabela stores out here, and he helped him do the flooring in that store. And so that's just kind of a nifty story. My uncle knew Cabela's and hung out with him and did fishing lures, the little fly lures, I guess. And he used to talk about that. It was kind of fun. But they have both passed away since, if I had my wits about me when I was a younger person and I was more interested in family history, I probably would have sat down and asked my uncle a lot more questions, but I didn't. But that's what I know. Okay, we took a stop right here at the beginning of Sidney, and there's the big Cabela's, and pretty cool. I think that they even have, look at this, they have their own water tower. A Cabela, there's the world headquarters for Cabela's, and there's their own water tower, all decorated just for them. There you go. That's pretty fun. That's pretty neat. All right, 101 miles to Cheyenne. Straight ahead.
138 miles to Lincoln.
138 miles to Lincoln. Cool. All right, and then we'll see what we do later. Hey guys, okay, so we pulled off at this rest stop in Wyoming. First rest stop that we could pull off to, and there was a geocache because I have to get a geocache in Wyoming. So we pulled off there, and I thought, oh, let's look. Sure enough, there's a geocache. It was only like 200 feet away up these stairs in Pine Bluffs, Wyoming. Up these stairs into kind of a woodsy area. And I was reading the description, tells you how to find it, but then it also says watch for rattlers.
Right after 77 miles.
So I decided I will not get a geocache that tells me to watch for rattlers because I don't like snakes, and I'm just like, I would freak out if I saw a rattler. Anyway, it's really getting pretty. See the cliffs here? Right, that's where the rest stop was. And now we're headed back out across the flats of Wyoming to what, Laramie. And I saw the sign for Cheyenne. My mom was born in Cheyenne, Laramie County, Cheyenne, or Cheyenne in Laramie County. Anyway, so this is cool. So once we get to something else interesting or where we're supposed to be going, then we'll show you some more. Okay, here's just a little chat about diesel. Ooh, look at the train. The train, we know where that's going, North Platte, Nebraska. That's a long one too. Anyway, so when we were in New England, fuel, diesel, because we use diesel in this truck, was like $5.99, right? $5.89, $5.99. Okay, so it got up there. Now, as we've, ooh, look at the size of that American flag. As we've gotten this way, it's gone down. Like when we were just over in Nebraska, it was like what, $4.79?
It was $4.60 in some places.
$4.60 in some places. We literally came to Wyoming, crossed into Wyoming, and the first gas station, it's like $5.79. It's like $1 more a gallon. That's crazy. I don't know. What?
There's a
Pilot
gas
gas.
sign down here.
Yeah, there's a gas. Oh, look at there. That's an RV place. Big flag. Camping World. They always have really big flags too, I've noticed, in our trips across the country. Big flags at Camping World. That's a good thing. All right, so what do we got down here? Oh, this isn't bad. This is 514. Oh, no, wait.
508.
508 and 514.
5 cash,
Wonder why.
514 for credit.
Credit and cash. But that's not bad. That's not. You said it, that last one was a lot higher.
The last one
I wonder
was
why.
570 something. This
Anyway.
is all by itself out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, it was all by itself in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, there you go. We just watched the fuel prices go up and down and change a lot. So, I don't know. Hopefully they'll stabilize eventually. We're in Cheyenne. There was just a place back there that had huge white satellite dishes that reminded me of ESPN out in Connecticut. You guys can't see it, but off over there we can see the mountains with snow caps on them. So maybe we'll get to where I can show you a little bit. We won't. He says we won't get there, but over there, right over there are mountains, and you can see them with snow. All right, there's a Walmart. Okay. Governor's Mansion coming up. All right, guys, we are between Cheyenne and Laramie now, and we're getting into the area where those big wind turbines are. So I don't know where we're going to stop tonight. It's like the daylight savings time thing, or the time change happened, so we're only at 12:57, which really is what time?
Right now it's 2 o'clock for us.
2 o'clock for us. So I don't know what we're going to do after that. But we're heading to Laramie where we're going to see that Lincoln Head. But I do want to say, I went back and I was looking at some of my comments. And I think I was saying Kearney, Nebraska. And it's correctly pronounced Kearney. So thank you guys for correcting me on that, because I don't want to say things wrong. But I didn't know. So now I will always call it Kearney, Nebraska. So let's hopefully get up here to Laramie and see the Lincoln Statue Memorial. Okay, guys, I was looking for a geocache in Wyoming, and I found this, which is called Tree in the Rock, and it's in between the east and west Interstate 80. There's a geocache, and there's a virtual one if you're new to geocaching or you don't know about it. The virtual one, which will mean you just either answer questions about the landmark or the historical site or whatever. So I'm going to get out and take a look at this and let you see it with me. Okay, guys, we're out here. I found a geocache. It was in a separate place. There's a virtual one that you have to answer questions for this one, which is pretty cool. So I will check that one out. But this place is this tree rock, and it looks like this tree is literally growing right out of the middle of this rock in the middle of the interstate. That's a pretty amazing thing. It's right here in Wyoming. I love looking at these kind of super cool things right in the middle of. There's Brian waiting for me to do my little video and my little geocaching thing. Anyway, very interesting things to see along the roads. Okay, so we've decided now that we've left Lincoln, we're gonna stop in Rollins because it's been a long day. Our time is different, but we've been on the road a long time. But I think these are cool when you see these great big things coming down the road and it's windy out. I can imagine how hard that is to drive down the road with this kind of wind, those big high profile vehicles. So when we came out here though, Wyoming was super windy. Like they even had warnings that you couldn't be on here if you were a high profile or semi or whatever, remember? All right, so anyway, we've decided to call it a day. We've got 74 miles to go and we're going to check into our hotel and have a nice dinner and just relax for the rest of the evening.